Hello and welcome. Today I will be talking about school safety, and my purpose is to call to action on this safety, and I implore you to listen very carefully. School shootings need to come to an end. I am tired of seeing these on the news. I'm tired of seeing my brothers come home scared to go because they did another lockdown drill that they've done 3 weeks in a row. I am tired of it all. It's unreal. There's so many school shootings and there's nothing being done, and that is not okay. I have my own personal story. Back when I was in first grade here in Santee, California, in the county of San Diego, I encountered my own school shooting. I was a first grader, scared, not knowing why my parents aren't here to pick me up, not knowing why I can't go home and it's 4 o'clock. What's going on? Why are we all huddled in a corner? Scared. My own mother experienced a terrible school shooting back March 5th of 2001. This school shooting, a person named Andy, he was a freshman, went to the bathroom, brought a gun to school, opened fire on the whole campus. My mother was in the classroom directly across from that bathroom, hiding, scared for her life, watched her friend get shot and killed that she grew up with. Traumas like these impact us for forever. She gets anxiety a lot. She's always constantly looking for an exit. She's scared to send us to school. She's scared. She calls our schools to make sure we're okay. This needs to end. That's why I'm here today with these thoughts in my head. Why is the number of school shootings still increasing? Do the students get help after? What are we doing wrong? What are the age ranges? And lastly, why doesn't anybody do anything about it? It's unreal. An organization called Every Town has a list of statistics, and from 2013 to 2019, there has been 549 incidents, 129 deaths, and 270 wounded. This includes kids K to 12. That means 5-year-olds to 18-year-olds. 5-year-olds to 18-year-olds. Not okay. Ariella with the Health Affairs talks about how communities also get affected by this, and I have to agree. Communities do. She states that if there is a community surrounding your school, they're going to feel the same pain because it's right down the street from them. Their kids probably go there, or they're going to go there, or they know somebody who goes there. And we do feel it. The city of Santee feels it every March 5th because of our school shooting here at Santana. We feel it. And that's not good. These shouldn't be happening. It's good that we feel it. It's not good that we're all so affected because they shouldn't even be happening in the first place. That's why Every Town proposed a plan that I think is a fantastic plan. There's an 8-step plan that every school, I believe, should encompass and keep as their own. First is to pass extreme risk laws. This means that if a student is posing a threat, family and law enforcement can interact and temporarily take care of that situation until they get better. Number 2 is to encourage secure firearm storage. Any gun owner should have a safe. Straight up, any gun owner should have a safe. That's just my opinion. I'm sure other people will agree. And with our nation, how it is, they should have a safe to keep it away from their kids or their cousins, their aunts, their uncles. I don't care. They need to keep it safe for only them. 3 is to raise the buying age to 21. People can't drink until they're 21, so if they can't have alcohol till 21, why should they have a firearm? They need to raise that price or that age. They require all background checks on the buyers and sellers. The Brady's Act that was adopted in the 90s already kind of does this, but I believe that the sellers need to have background checks on them frequently too, because they could be selling to people who shouldn't own one. They're probably selling under the counter. Like, we just need to focus more on the sellers, I believe, more. Create an evidence-based threat assessment program in schools. So this means that there's no discrimination. So there has to be evidence to accuse a student of posing a threat. And I agree this is very important because in our nation right now, there's discrimination everywhere, and that's a whole other topic that I can go on and on for because it just sickens me that that's still occurring here. But this is just pretty much so there's no discrimination and somebody just can't point fingers. There has to be evidence. 6 is to input higher security. So security can be very expensive, and I do understand that, but it's necessary. There can be fundings done for it. We can take fundings out of certain things to make sure that better security is put in place. And I'm not saying there has to be metal detectors. That's not okay, but something that does need to be inputted. 7 is to initiate a trauma-informed emergency plan. So every school has a plan. It's pretty generic. It's just called fire drills, lockdown drills. There's somebody around the area who has a weapon, so you're gonna go on secure campus. Like there's these things, but these things scare children. I understand when you're in high school, it's a little bit easier to wrap your head around, but when you're 5 and 6 years old, you're like, what is going on? Am I gonna be okay? Why is everybody so quiet? We need to do something a little bit different. And lastly is to create a welcoming environment in your school. Every student gets bullied, harassed, not picked for the team. Something is always happening. Why should we have to worry about a school shooter too? That just adds to the plate. We're all trying to develop into adults and prosper in life. Why should we have to still worry about this? Why are our teachers being more comforting? Why is people being mean to this kid that push him to that limit? Why? It's not okay. After I found this plan, I took it to my old high school, my principal, and proposed it to him because I knew that they didn't have anything good. And he did tell me that if something were to happen, they'd need to go into lockdown, obviously. But at the end of the day, lockdown can only do so much. So he wants to adopt this plan and put it into every teacher's handbook to make sure that they're following protocol and making sure the school's a little bit safer for them. There's other programs that can help with students who do encounter school shootings after. The Children's Hospital of Philadelphia does this. They have a long list of programs that talk about short-term, long-term trauma and how you can help them adapt to their new anxiety and how to try to overcome that anxiety. And they also go into depth about what the school can do as well. This topic has been something that I've been passionate about for years. And that's why with our community action plan, I proposed a non-profit organization called the Sultan Plan that is there to help students who have suffered from one of these incidents. I call it the Sultan Plan because my school, Santana, our mascot was the Sultan, and they encountered a school shooting. They know what it's like. It's in the atmosphere there. We know it. It's our history. Sultans are strong, powerful warriors, and that's why I dedicated my organization to the Sultans. It's the Sultan Plan because we want to fight and overcome these barriers after these shootings. So my plan is a 3-week plan. The first week is going to be a unity week to let it all out. I'll be your shoulder to cry on. I'm here for you. We're all here for you. 2 is to do activities around the school. This includes inside and outside to get the students more comfortable with their surroundings again, being on campus again, being with their friends again. And the 3rd week is dedicated to field trips that take the students out so they can try to overcome their anxiety. My mother still has anxiety everywhere she goes. She constantly is looking for a way out. She's constantly trying to read people. She didn't get the proper help that she needed after her encounter with the school shooting. And that's why it's my plan and my goal to help students, to help her to help me, her to help these students as well, because she's encountered it. I've encountered it. We know what it's like. We know. In conclusion, I want you personally to think about, do I feel safe sending my kid to school? Why am I not doing anything about it? Why Why is the nation not doing anything about it? What can we do? I just told you what you can do. Raise your voice. Know the plan. Kiss your kids. Love your kids. Love every kid, even if it's not your kid, because you don't know what that kid could be going through. Be there for them. It's time to change. I'm tired of seeing my brother scared. My 6-year-old brother cries about it. That's not okay. I'm going to worry about my kid's future. I don't want to worry about my kid's future. I want them to be successful in their school. That's why I'm here today speaking on this, because I believe this is so important and it needs to be heard everywhere. Everywhere. Please raise your voice, and thank you for listening.